Whee! Well, hello there. How are you? Today I'm going to be shaving with this. It is a Yuma 3-piece razor, and that's closed comb, straight bar. And in there I have, on its third use, a Vijon, say Super Platinum Vijon blade in the sort of red and blue or orange and blue package there. All right. And my brush is going to be this. It is a Lancaster Razor Works synthetic brush. And there's the coin on the end of that, if you can see. My bowl is the Timeless Razor shaving bowl. And my cream is this Vijon. It's the regular classic Vijon shaving cream. And that's from India. I'm going to go ahead and try to lather my face, and incidentally, I've already prepped my face with this. It is the Yulay pre-shave oil, which I've let sit on my face and absorb for a few moments. Okay, so I'll go ahead and try to get a lather going here. Actually, I've already made a lather. I just need to see if it'll transfer to my face all right. Basically just painting this on. Well, the other day, yesterday actually, I went down to Kansas and visited Dave's sister and a woman who we call Fearless Leader, because I can't mention her name, she's a private person, but she's the lady that Dave's puppet friend, Agent Maxine, gives the weekly report to, the Agent Maxine report. And, well, talked to her for a while, passed through, oops, I got lather all over me here, passed through Marysville, Kansas, which is a black squirrel capital. There's a lot of black squirrels there, and there are some other towns in the central United States that are black squirrel towns, and I guess other parts of the United States. One of the stories is that black squirrels used to escape from circuses over 100 years ago and infest some of these towns, but they're harmless, and this isn't one of the real squirrels, but they had these statues of a sort around Marysville, Kansas, with all different manner of squirrels. They're all basically made from the same mold, but they're painted up differently, and they're site specific. You might have a different one by a school than you would have by a courthouse. The one by the high school has a shirt on or something with the school colors and so forth. I'm going to rinse my hand off here a little bit. I got some soap on there. I'm going to commence trying to shave. So I talked to Fearless Leader and had a nice time. The time just flew by. Here I go, pass number 1 with the grain. As in the Bullwinkle and Rocky cartoons, my friend Dave always tells Fearless Leader that he's been searching for moose and squirrel, and he's always seen plenty of squirrels, maybe such as you saw there. But the moose, well, the moose are a bit elusive because we live pretty far south for a moose. That's kind of an inside joke, but I guess a moose did one year, at least one moose, got as far south as Iowa here in the United States. And so, I don't know. I saw some elk in Colorado when I was out there, but I haven't seen any moose that I know of. And you don't want to run into any moose during rutting season because they might get ideas. And they might mistake you or your automobile for a female moose. I'm not sure what you call a female moose. A moose, I guess. Lady moose. Very nice so far. Excuse me while I duck down and rinse the razor. And let's see. This is nice so far. Third use on this blade, and I flipped the blade after the second use, and it's very comfortable. Third time I've used a Vijon blade, and the first time I've used the Vijon cream. The first couple of times I used this blade, I did find it above average. I would give it a B. Maybe not an A, but at least a B. We'll see how it goes. I believe that Vijon, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, I'll call it Vijon, products such as the cream and these blades used to be big here in the United States, and now you have to go online to find them. I got these on eBay, I think it was. Well, excuse me. Well, let's see. Yesterday we also passed through the tiny town of Blue Rapids, Kansas, which has the oldest continuously operating library in the same spot. That is, continuously operating in the same spot. That's what I just said, isn't it? West of the Mississippi River here in the United States. Here's a photo of their little library in their small downtown area there. And although I, excuse me, although I didn't take a photo of it, they have a circular town square there. There are some towns in this region that, well, usually there's a town square, but this one is circular, with a little park in the middle, and something I'll take photos of maybe the next time I'm down there. They had an exhibit about the Ice Age in their little park in their town circle there, because I guess glaciers came and left, advanced and receded, and left really good soil and other minerals down in that area. So in what is sort of their city park, they have a little exhibit to the Ice Age. Also, not originally located there, but now placed outside of the town square, is this log cabin, which was owned by some of the first settlers in that area there. I had a couple of other pictures, another example of the black squirrel statues in Marysville, Kansas, but I didn't think those came out as well. Sometimes it's hard to shoot in the light, in the daylight, with a smartphone because it's the black screen. It's hard to see what you're doing. I will disappear for a moment. Excuse me. I think I'll take a drink of the Pepsi here. Turns out Fearless Leader also likes Pepsi over Coke, so I'm thinking that's not a coincidence. I'll try to clear my throat here, and I will disappear and come back. I will reappear, hopefully freshly lathered, for that second pass, which will be across the grain. Okay, it's time for that second pass across the grain here. And just wet the razor briefly here. Yes, had a very nice time yesterday. Was in Waterville, Kansas, which is home, among other things, home to the Weaver Hotel, which is still a place of lodging today. There's a picture of it right there. Very nice old hotel where you can still get a room off their, well, it's not exactly a town square, I don't think. It's a main street or a downtown street there. And then I'll show you just one more thing. They have this old caboose there, an old Union Pacific caboose on display. And they also have an opera house, which is being refurbished, and something called the Settlement House, an early settlement in that town, I believe it is. Just some pictures I took when we were out on St. Patrick's Day. No pictures of Fearless Leader because she's Fearless Leader and is deep undercover, accessible only by her agents and friends. Excuse me. I will leave a link down below to Dave's channel, Fun with Agent Maxine, which includes the Agent Maxine report to Fearless Leader, which comes out every Sunday. And I believe I will leave a link also to the Etsy, the Etsy link to the man that makes these brushes, the Lancaster Razor Works brushes there. And I thought this was a very nice one that I got. I think I got that sometime a year or two ago. Very nice. My friend Dave, when he wasn't as busy as he is now, was also doing these cute little things with a toy dragon and a moose in tinfoil, the Draggy and Hydro shows, which are all pretty much done in pantomime, where they're fighting over the magic glittery pine cone. You'll see, excuse me. But yeah, check out Dave's channel, Fun with Agent Maxine, which I'll link you to below. Please subscribe. He needs subscribers. He's also a poor college student right now. He's studying to become a nurse's assistant. So help Dave out because he's still talking to a puppet. He used to do some videos from a local library here, and I went looking for him one day, and it was the only time I've ever walked into a library and asked the librarian, well, excuse me, I'm looking for a friend of mine who might be talking to a puppet. Have you seen him? And she said, yeah, he's downstairs. Well, I'll be back. Excuse me. Back in focus here. I'll be back freshly lathered for that third pass. There I go again, excuse me, against the grain. Well, I'm going to try to go against the grain here for that third pass. I left my YouTube on in there on the big screen, and there's some interesting stuff that I was looking at there. You might hear some of that in the background. I don't know why I leave the TV on for these videos. Oh yeah, I do. It's so my neighbors don't have to just hear me talking to myself or talking to the camera in here. They can maybe hear the TV too. I don't know. That doesn't really make any sense, what I just said. It's not like I'm telling any real big secrets or anything anybody couldn't hear in here. It's just a little odd for the area where I live for someone to be trying to do something as quote-unquote creative as what I'm trying to accomplish here. and hopefully informative as well. Excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and go to the neck, chin area here. The neck, really. Now, I'm no expert on any of this stuff, but I can tell you from my personal experience and personal point of view, again, really only the third time using this razor, third time using this blade, and first time using this cream, but very comfortable shave, and I'm enjoying it quite a lot here. I believe, in general, I could recommend these products to those of you that might have sort of average, normal, run-of-the-mill skin like myself. And maybe if you have a light to moderate hair growth or just a hairiness about yourself, a hirsuteness, if that's a word, I think you would find these to be nice things, very comfortable. Excuse me again. Nice, very light scent on this cream. Well, that's really feeling nice. Now I'll be back in just a moment and I'll do pickups. Well, hello again. What time is it? What time is it, Cal? It's pickup time, baby! Yay! Alright. Cal the Cardinal, everybody. Oops, try to get him back where he goes. Formerly known as Cal the Kurt Cardinal, or just Silent Cal, but he gets kind of mouthy sometimes, a bit verbose. So here we go, pickups. There are a lot of towns and cities here in the United States that sometimes is a temporary thing or sometimes involving permanent fixtures have done things where they'll put a certain kind of, usually a fiberglass mold of something. In Cincinnati, I think it was pigs, maybe. In Chicago or someplace it was horses. And they'll be painted and done up in different ways. And sometimes they're intended as a temporary exhibit throughout the town. Other times they are permanent. And those black squirrels in Marysville, Kansas are evidently permanent. And I think that's neat. I like the squirrels. I think they're whimsical. Excuse me a moment. A bit of a slickness test here, and just to finish up. I was watching a documentary of sorts about TV evangelists, and so you might hear that going on in the background. I'm not a terribly religious person, but I was hoping this was one of those ones that, well, is against the situations where Pray TV begins looking like Pay TV, the so-called prosperity gospel. where they tell you if you send them $1,000, they'll heal you of some affliction or cause you to receive money or something. Now, if you want to tithe to your church or give money to your temple or mosque or tabernacle or wherever you worship, I think that's fine. I think you might get a lot done there. You might get a new roof put on your place of worship, or you might pay your clergy, or, so that they can live. They need money too to eat on. And things like that. You might even help some of the poor in your own neighborhood. But in my personal opinion, and I know I shouldn't bring religion or politics into shaving, because really it's usually too much drama to do this, but I think the ones that really get me are the ones that try to, well, they're not interested in you or your soul, they're interested in the almighty dollar, in my not so humble opinion. I'm just telling you what I left on the TV out there, that's all. Well, hey, I'll be back with our good friend, the very non-Periel Mr. Towel. Here he is, you know him, you love him, you can't live without him. It's our good friend, Mr. Towel. Yes, sir. Oh. Pretty nice shave, I can tell you that. Let's see, yeah. All right. Hey, that's pretty nice. I'll be right back in just a moment. I gotta go grab a couple of things, but I'll be back and I will commence doing some recaps and putting the finishing touches on this shave. During every broadcast, an 800 number is provided at the bottom of the screen for you to make a donation. As of 2013, the IRS still had a lien against Jim Baker. That's when the temple gets rebuilt. Unfortunately, these men do not feed exclusively